What if I told you one nervous king on a balcony helped unleash the Black Death on Europe? Messina, Sicily, October 1347. King Peter II watches strange ships limping into harbor. Genoese galleys from the Crimea. Their sails are torn, their decks half empty. Dockworkers curse, then hesitate. The harbor stinks of something worse than fish. As the first sailors stagger ashore, the city recoils. Black swellings in their armpits. Fevered eyes, some collapse on the quay. The story they bring is worse. Across the sea, at Kaffa on the Black Sea, Mongol commander Janibeg had besieged the port. Genoese merchants, rich from Silk Road trade, hid behind stone walls. The Mongol camp began to die. A strange sickness, men dropping by the hundreds. Choked with blood, desperate and enraged, the Mongols used a new horror. They loaded the corpses into catapults and hurled them over the walls. Rotting bodies crashed into streets and wells. Panic inside. Some sailors fled by sea, carrying rats and fleas in their grain and ropes. They sailed west, island to island. Now they were here. Peter's advisors argued, quarantine the harbor, burn the ships. But Sicily lived on trade. Close the port and you starve, they warned. And no one fully understood contagion. They blamed bad air, divine anger, foreign sorcery. The king hesitated. He ordered prayers, not closures. Priests marched with relics. Bells rang, markets stayed open. Within days, Messina's streets filled with carts of corpses. Families fled inland, unknowingly carrying the plague to villages. From Sicily, it leapt to Genoa and Marseille, then up the coast. In crowded towns, cramped wooden houses and flea-infested clothes turned it into a firestorm. Entire monasteries emptied. Fields went untilled. Labor grew scarce. Survivors demanded higher wages. Lords tried to freeze them in place with new laws. Resentment simmered. Years later, revolts like the English Peasants' Revolt of 1381 shook feudal assumptions. Fear also turned inward. Jews were blamed, falsely accused of poisoning wells. Yet the same trauma pushed thinkers to question old certainties. Doctors began compiling case notes instead of only quoting ancient texts. City councils experimented with isolation rules and temporary health boards. Italian ports like Venice created the first systematic quarantines, 40 days, 40 giorni, for suspect ships. Because one king in Sicily chose commerce over isolation, a siege tactic rode grain sacks into Europe, killing a third of its people and shaping our world when new plagues appeared.